I'm done with doctors. I am done with the medical system. I am done with being seen a million times a month. I'm done with insurance. I'm done with all of it. I'm done with all of it. Um, so, oh shit, now I can't even remember. Was it yesterday or the day before? I think yesterday disappeared in a haze. I went to see my doctor again. If you recall, last week I also saw my doctor, or saw two doctors. I saw a third doctor this week. And it was my primary care doctor, who I've been with for too fucking long. By the way, I am going to be speaking unfairly, unjustly, and also unapologetically in this video because I do believe that when you are creating content on the internet, especially the type of content that I'm attempting to create, it is very important to be as fair and just to anyone involved as possible. I think it's very important to protect the privacy and the dignity and just respect the people in my life and others in my life, because I don't know. My greatest fear is you never know what's gonna catch the algorithm wrong, you know. So like it is important to me that I'm not ever throwing anyone under the bus, especially someone who doesn't deserve it, and that the people who are not here to advocate for themselves and the people who are not here to speak on their own behalf are still respected. All of that being said, I'm sick of it. I'm very sick of it. I have been, this is my primary care doctor, so it's, you know, the doctor I see for everything. And I've been with her for a very long time. And I've been thinking of switching. And the reason I haven't switched is multifaceted. Part of it is it's really fucking difficult because basically you have to call your insurance, see who's gonna cover you, and you know I've done the thing before where I just like I call my insurance. I did this for an eye doctor. I called my insurance and they were like, okay, here are all these numbers for you know, people who take your insurance. Run down the list, call those numbers, see if someone will take you. I did that, and half of the numbers they gave me were disconnected, weren't even a thing anymore. And like I think I got and like the other ones I didn't even get a call back. I think I got a call back from one, and they were like, "Oh, we don't actually take your insurance anymore." If I remember correctly, it's been a while, but I remember I went down the list. Half of them it was just a disconnected number. It wasn't even a thing. And so I still go to Walmart for my eyesight, which is great because I have nystagmus. I was literally told at one of my Walmart eye doctor appointments, I've mentioned this a few times, if you look very closely, my eyes shake from side to side a little bit, causes some vision issues. I have, apparently my rods are malformed. Apparently I got some testing done as a teenager. And my rods, which are, in your eyes you have cones and rods. Your cones measure your color vision, and rods are your light and dark. So my rods are fucked up. So my light and dark is a little fucked up. Basically means that if it's even like slightly dark outside, I'm fucked. I can't see shit. It's like just turning dusk, and my eyes are just like, nope, I don't know what's happening. What was I talking about? Oh, so I was at one time at the Walmart eye doctor. They literally said, like, keep looking straight ahead. Like, and then got mad at me. Like, she was like, keep looking straight ahead. I said, keep looking straight ahead. And then she, like, sighed at me, and I was like, I have nystagmus. I can't keep my eyes still. And she was like, oh. So, so that's who I go to for my vision right now. I can't speak. I'm running on no sleep, by the way. I did not sleep, for some reason. So yeah, Walmart doctor sucks. And my primary care doctor doesn't listen to me ever. I went to see her, and I was like, yeah, I still have this like fucking mouth thing that's wrong. And she didn't respond to it. She didn't offer any treatment, nothing. So I'm just dealing with that. And, you know, I brought up to her, I was like, hey, I have noticed that I've been flaring up more recently. I've been having more times where I'm extremely tired, struggling to function. Oops. And just like not feeling good, in a lot of pain. And I was like, because I'm also doing more, but I'm in a lot more pain, and I get tired. I'm flaring up a lot. Like I feel like I'm going from flare up to flare up a lot right now. So she did check my bloods. So she, you know, took blood. And thankfully, I really like I think they're called a phlebotomist, I believe. The person who takes my blood at the at her place, because for some reason I'm really hard to stick. Like you'd think, like, because I'm so, I don't know, you can kind of see, I don't know, you can kind of like see my veins, like, okay. I don't know if it'll show up on camera, but like you would think I'd be easy to stick. I am actually notoriously hard to get blood from. The first time that I ever had my blood taken was when I was like 12 or 13. It was when I mentioned in the last video I went to the hospital because I was very, very sick. And in the ER, they had to try 6 times to get an IV in me. They blew both veins in my hands, which, oh, I should have trigger warned because some people are afraid of needles. If you're afraid of needles, sorry, I'm late. I'll put something in the description, I think. But so they blew both veins in my hands, which basically just means like they did so bad that the vein just, and like it swells up really big, fills with blood. It's not good. And it took them 6 tries to get an IV in me. And I'm like, you know, 12, 13, really fucking sick. And this is my first time getting my blood taken, or getting, like, you know, a needle in my veins. And so I was like, oh, good. So I'm often very hard to stick. There's been a few times where I've had to have iron transfusions because my iron was so low that the pills weren't going to do enough. So I had to go in and basically sit there and have an IV just pumping iron into my body, which that's fun because you have to go for like 8 weeks, like once a week for 8 weeks to do that. And so what happens is, if you don't know, when you take blood, they try to take it as high on the arm as they can at first, because if you miss, or no, it's the other way around. Shit, what is it? I think it's the other way around, where you can only take higher, and you can't take lower, because if you like take from up here on the arm, I think it messes with like the vein if you miss, and then you have to take it down here, or you blow it and you have to like go up. So they would have this problem where by the 8th time, because it took them a few times to get the needle in, like in general, it was taking them a few times. And then also I was running out of spots. Like by the end of 8 weeks, it was like, there's nowhere to put another needle because you have, you know, one here, one here, one here, you know, one here, or down, it's like down here that they sometimes get me. So I like the one at my doctor's office because she actually gets it first try. Not many people can do that, so that's nice. So they took my blood. And they were checking, she was like, I'm going to check for inflammation stuff, because it, if you're not, if, with your fibromyalgia, might be some just inflammation stuff going on. And then just the normal, like, CBC, metabolic panel, all that shit. Checking some vitamin levels. So, and, a lot of it came back not, not the worst in the world probably, but like, it's, a lot of it's unbalanced. And like, I don't know, my white blood cell count has been elevated for years. Like it's never, it hasn't been in normal range in a very long time. Which, if you don't know, your white blood cells battle infection and sickness. Those are the blood cells that fight shit for you. And so if they're elevated, it usually means you have some kind of infection in the body or something. And I believe HS elevates those because of the nature of that condition. So, but the big thing was they checked my sed rate, sedimentation rate, which I'm not a doctor, first and foremost. This is all just like, I've just been in the system for a while, so I know some of this stuff, but I also don't know. Like, I'm not a doctor. I cannot take those results and come up with a conclusion, and I'm not going to try to do that. But sed rate measures, like, inflammation. Like, that's the thing that measures, like, whether you have inflammation in the body. And mine is so high. I don't want to share the exact number because just medical privacy to some extent. I talk a lot about my medical show in here. I'd like some privacy, I guess. But the result was more than double of what the uppermost limit is. So I'll just say what the limit is. The healthy limit for AFAB people, which is unfortunately what they're measuring, it's like female, and it's like, well, I'm, groans and trans, like, so the upper level for females is 20, and my number is more than double that. So a lot of inflammation, and some of it apparently can be due to weight. I don't think that level is only weight. I don't think so. I'm not a doctor. And this is the thing. Sometimes I walk the dangerous line of edging into hypochondriac, because I get anxiety about my health. And I get anxiety about my health because, I have had instances where I wasn't listened to, and the results were not good. And sometimes other people who have chronic pain and chronic health issues, they all have the same story, where they went to doctors over and over and over again, seeking help, like, I have this unexplained pain that isn't going away. Sorry. I have these unexplained symptoms that aren't going away. What's going on? And doctors will, the first time you ask, they're like, oh, yeah, let's run some blood tests. Let's run some scans, see what's going on. And then when they don't find answers, for some reason, they decide, you know what? Must be in your head. You must be crazy. You must be imagining it. Or you're fat. It's one of the two. I get both. Because I also have a mental health record and a mental health history. And recently, that has been brought up as a reason for not treating me with certain things. And again, I'm not a doctor. There are probably some legitimate, like, reasons why, I do understand that there is, like, when you do have mental health issues, it can affect how certain medications affect you. That is a very reasonable thing. And also, the number of times that I have gone to my doctor and said, I'm in pain, help. I'm struggling in this area, help. Um, and, um, you know, I have not been responded to in a very compassionate way. And it's made it hard to even talk to my doctors about certain things because, it just feels like they don't believe me. And I'm so thankful. I am thankful for my current doctor that she finally did give me a fibromyalgia diagnosis, because that is hard to get. Um, I I'm frustrated with my current doctor, but also I'm afraid of switching because I could get someone way worse. Because I have had doctors way worse. She is definitely not the worst doctor I've had. But it has felt frustrating that I have not received, you know, it often feels like the doctors around me are just very disconnected from my care. I have had so many scans, so many blood tests, um, you know, and, does it sometimes edge into, a health anxiety thing? Absolutely. And further than edge, I do have health anxiety. And sometimes that is, I stress too much about it, or, but also I am dealing with very real pain and very real fatigue that has been ignored. And I am going to be immature for a little bit. I'm going to be immature. I love my family very dearly. I love my family very dearly. I do. If I didn't, I wouldn't take the care that I do to make sure that they are treated with respect and dignity. And also, there is a reason why I need to move out. There's a reason why I need this apartment to work out. They took my episode in 2023. The episode where I kind of lost my mind a little bit. They took that pretty hard. It was a very scary time for them. It was scary for them to see me not. How do I phrase this? Not. Man, I don't know how to phrase this. Not fully in control of myself, I guess. And I didn't, I wasn't dangerous or anything. It's not like I lashed out at anyone physically or hurt anyone, or was an outright danger to anyone. But it was scary. It was scary for them, and they. I think they are struggling to reconcile with the reality of what that breakdown was, because it was a lot of things. But at the end of the day, it was from the pain of being trans and not being able to be seen as who I am. I hate crying. You know, there were a lot of factors to what happened. There were a lot of factors to the incident and to my behavior and the results of it. But it was primarily you know, my siblings call me David, and I'm grateful for that. I came out to some extended family members at the time about being trans and my name. And it was so quickly swept under the rug. Nobody acknowledged it, and nobody listened to my request to be not dead named, you know. Yesterday, I got so angry at my life that I punched the shit out of the wall. Not in a way that would break anything, but and I cut myself, you know, which I've been doing a lot again. One of the reasons my family will not let me take testosterone. I got a hair somewhere. I can kind of see it and I kind of can't. One of the reasons they don't want me to take testosterone is because testosterone sometimes can increase, or okay, I actually recently heard from someone that this might not be true, and I thought it was true when I did research, so actually take this next statement with a grain of salt, because I don't I have conflicting information right now, so I'm not sure which is accurate. But that testosterone can increase levels of anger in a person. And that's, you know, my family has said that they are afraid that I would hit someone, become violent and dangerous, which I've never been in my entire fucking life. I've never fucking hit anyone. My mother, I love her so much, and she has grown up in a world that has not taught her about people like me. She's grown up in a world that thinks people like me are sick, you know? And I am sick. That's the complicated thing, is I am sick. I am sick. I am mentally ill. And I am physically ill, and I didn't mean for the video to turn into this. I don't know what's happening. When I first came out as bisexual, And when I say came out, I mean fully accepted it. I knew I liked multiple genders way before I accepted it. You know, she's made it very clear that if I were to marry a girl, she would not be a part of that. She would not come to the wedding. She's made that very clear. And then, you know, I turned out to be trans on top of it. All my life, she's been disgusted by me. For various reasons. Because she was taught to be disgusted by me. That's the thing. She doesn't know better. I love my mother very dearly. I do, because if I didn't, I wouldn't be talking about her this way. She's been taught awful things by awful people. She's been taught to hate her own son. She's been taught to call her son a daughter. You know, you can't extend beyond what you're taught. You can't extend beyond what you know. You can't extend beyond your knowledge. It's impossible. You can only know what you know. And she knows her God, you know? Like, that's all she knows is her God. And she constantly brings up my queerness, you know? Constant references to Sodom and Gomorrah. And the evil that was trying to fuck an angel. And how God made me a woman. By the way, I am a trans man, and if you look at my tits, you are transphobic. So, there's that. It's hot as balls today. Anyway, I digress. That's not important. But it is so painful. It is so painful. It's one thing, and I'm not diminishing anyone else's pain by what I'm about to say. I'm not diminishing the pain of being gay, queer, bi, you know, ace, anything like that, and the oppression you receive for your sexual orientation. That is also extremely painful and extremely damaging, and I have been through that pain as well, and I do know that is, you know, nothing I'm saying is diminishing that pain, because it is extremely painful, and it does drive children to kill themselves, which is the hard fucking truth. But it hurts even more that, you know, she won't even call me by my name. I've never liked my name. I have always hated my name. Ever since I was little, I've always hated my dead name, my birth name, whatever. You know, it's a dead name, but... And I'm forced to interface with it every fucking day. On every fucking sheet of paper, on every fucking phone call, at every fucking doctor. I'm forced I'm forced to call myself by the wrong name. I'm forced to call myself by the name that hurts the most. My parents don't know better. They were taught terrible things by people who have such a narrow fucking understanding of our world. Narrow fucking understanding of the people in it. Narrow fucking understanding of God's creation. Because I do believe God created us queer. I don't believe our God is weak enough to create something he doesn't know or understand, you know? And I chose the name David. I chose the name David. And I chose it because of David in the Bible. Because the Bible had such a huge influence on me as a kid. You know. You know, there was a time when I loved her God the way she does, you know. There was a long time where I loved her God the same way she does. Where, you know, Jesus was everything for me. Everything. I was really fucking into it, man. I really was. It was everything. And it has shocked me how the church has responded to me, the church around me. You know, I've spent the past couple years trying to integrate myself back into the church because my faith is still important to me, which is complicated. That's fucking complicated. I don't think I serve the same God she does, but our gods have the same name and the same book. We try to learn from the same God, and we come away with completely different understandings of who he is and what he means. God took a rib from Adam to create Eve. Why would he balk at us taking hormones to become ourselves? You know? Why does she think her God is too weak to love me? Why does she think her God is fragile enough to create something he doesn't understand? Because the God I was taught about could handle anything. He gave his child because it's the most true sacrifice you can make. It's to give up your own child, you know? To give up yourself and your own child, and that's what he did. And I don't know how much I believe about it literally, but I do believe in the power of faith. Faith in something, anything. You know, like, when you're struggling, you need something to hold on to. People say God is a crutch. Well, there are people who need crutches to walk. What if I need a crutch to walk, you know? I don't know. I don't fucking know, man. And I think I just snapped. Like, I think I snapped. There's hair all over everywhere. Haven't even started testosterone. I'm losing my hair already. Oh no, oh god. Can you fucking please not do that? I've been shocked at the response of the church. Because I still speak like the good little Christian girl I was, you know? I can still speak that language. I still have verses memorized. I still have stories memorized. I learned a lot from the God I was taught about. My mother has made it a requirement to meet with some women from her church. I'm so sorry. How inappropriate. It's been a requirement to meet with these women from her church to try and guide me back into the good Christian girl I once was. And that I'm not anymore. I have been called demon possessed. I have had a circle of church people pray over me to rid me of demonic influence. I have been prayed over to heal my eyes. I have been prayed over to heal my physical body. I have been anointed with oil and tongues spoken over me many times. Because if I'm not the perfect little Christian girl that I used to be, I was never perfect, you know what I mean, then, you know, it's gotta be demons. And when meeting with these women, you know, I have some severe self-hatred issues. Severe. The things I say to myself in the dark would horrify a lot of people. I have spent many years finding new ways to call myself a demon. and talking to the ladies, and we were talking about my self-hatred, because they're just digging into every source, or every, everything in my life, because that's what the church does. Under the guise of prayer and under the guise of leadership, they strip you of privacy. And I'm in a situation where I am being forced to talk to them about things I would rather not talk about, because I don't feel safe talking about it with them. But I have to, for my own safety in this house. When they asked about the self-hatred, they said, do you use you or I when you're speaking to yourself? And I know why they asked that. I know why they asked that. I will not be called a fucking demon again. I'm not a demon. I'm not. How does she not know how much it hurts? How does she not know the pain she's causing? As a little kid, I rubbed mud on my eyes and prayed to heal my eyes. Like Jesus did with the blind man. I had such an earnest, desperate love for God my entire life. Hi, honey. Hi, buddy. You tell I'm not doing so hot. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Oh, okay. I love my baby boy. You are such a sweetie. And yet I won't leave this house if I can't take him, Even with all that, I won't leave this house if I can't take him. I'm not gonna leave him here. It's not an option. Honey, you are at a very difficult angle. Can you come over here? Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Huh? Honey, I can't reach you. Come here. Hi. You're making this very hard on me, Okay, thank you. Good boy. Good boy. I don't remember what I was talking about. You distracted me. I lost my train of thought, bud. But thank you. Thank you for calming me down. I can't reach. Thank you, buddy. I don't know why he always has to be at like the full extent of my arm. He won't he's like, I'm gonna walk until you can just barely pet me. Like, honey, I can't reach. Oh god, I was talking about something, wasn't I? I was talking about something. Fuck if I know what it was. It's probably real important. My hair's probably a fucking mess, too. His job is done. Okay, sorry. I don't know, this is kind of an... well, I won't say that. I get overly worried about whether these videos are cohesive because I don't edit. I do all of this in one take, so it better be good, or else it's just not going up. Except I usually put videos up. So it's gotta be real bad for me to not do it. Because I like making videos. Because that's been the really... That has been the great thing about the past, like, year, 2 years, is... I really fucking like making videos, you know? I've spent so much of my life not feeling human and, you know, feeling like a monster in one way or another. And, you know, doing this kind of makes me feel like a person. When I watch these back, I'm like, that's a guy, that's David, you know? It astonishes me how, even without taking testosterone yet, how much I look like a guy. like I watch these back and I'm like, that's a dude. That's a guy. Like, I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain. Like, I don't know if that makes sense to anyone. I don't know how many other trans people have gotten that. But you know, I don't know. I watch my videos back over and over and over again after they're uploaded. Some of them. Some of them. There are some that I mean, I think everyone who makes shit is sometimes like, wow, I'm not super proud of that one. But sorry. And for me, sometimes it's not about whether I was proud of it or not. Sorry. Sometimes it's more about. I mean, I do still experience dysphoria when I watch them back. Sometimes it's like sometimes I'll click on the video and then I'm just like angry because I'm like, you know, I'm like, I don't know, dysphoria. I'm just like, you are so fucking disgusting and ugly. Oh my god, I hate you. And then I can't finish the video. But then other times I'm like, wow, I look like a guy. I speak like a guy. At least to me. That probably all sounds really stupid, but it's important to me. So, you know, I have been really excited about my channel, and it's there. Did you know there are 50 whole people here? Hello, 50 people. There are 50 whole people here. Wow, that's awesome. I can't even fit that many people in my house. Like, that's really cool. I didn't. It's a lot of people. It's a lot of fucking people. I don't know. This is my last day that I can easily film in this spot. Or, well, this is the last day I can reliably film in this specific location. Because soon my parents will be home for summer. They're teachers, so they get summers off. And it'll be a shock to no one that I can't film this shit when they're around. Actually, what fucking time is it? Are they? I'm filming a little late today, so I probably gotta wrap up decently soon. I don't want someone to fucking walk through the door while I'm filming. That would be a catastrophe. So I don't know, but yeah, this is my last day that I can film here, and then I am gonna try to film more of my Let's Play videos, because those are fun, but they're not as fun as these. They're fun, but it's like, these are like, I don't know. I like being able to see myself as a person and not a demon for once. You know. You know, go by the name that I actually want to be called. I feel like there were a lot of threads that I lost in this video that I started and did not tie up at all. Fucking oops. Keep up. I don't know. I really like filming, and I'm hoping the apartment shit works out. I'm so fucking worried about the apartment shit. Because one of my pieces of paperwork so I had to bring one of the, a piece of paperwork to my doctor to basically sign it and say, yeah, you're fucking disabled. You know, you need this resource, you're disabled. So I'm really grateful about that. But so I have not legally changed my name, right? Like it's, and so until I legally change it, I do have to sign and write my name in paperwork with my dead name. Otherwise, the government will not recognize that it's me. And one of the papers that I got back, or the paper that I took to my doctor. Oh shit, I have to email it. Oh, I forgot. I have to email it to the housing coordinator. No! Okay, I gotta do that today. I'm in a lot of pain and I need to take pain medicine, but I do have to do that while I am in full, you know. Whatever. Anyway. But it had David on it, which I'm grateful for, because like that's like, oh yay, like this person remembered my name and you know, instinctively put that down. But also I'm like, but you do know it does have to be my legal name for the paperwork to work. And so I'm really scared. I'm like, oh god, I hope they didn't send off a bunch of paperwork with the wrong name on it, because that'll be a pain in the fucking ass. It'll be such a pain in the ass. I'll work through it as long as it's not something that... I'm just worried about something going wrong that is unfixable, unretrievable mistakes. But, you know, I'll fucking make the phone calls I have to, I guess, or whatever. I'll do what I have to get that apartment. Because if I get the apartment, I can film whenever. I do not have to be limited by the time that my family gets home. I can film whenever I want, whatever I want. I can be as loud as I want. I have to be reasonable because I do have neighbors, but it is an apartment. There are people next to me. So, not as loud as I want, but, you know, I don't have to exactly worry about being overheard or worry about a lot of things. And I know what's going to happen is I'm going to, if I get the place, I'm going to film too much and I'm going to get burnt out, and then I will not be able to film for a while. Ah, my hand is going numb. Jiminy Christmas. We're gonna let the blood flow get back. Fuck. I'm literally not talking about anything. I'm just wasting your time. I am so sorry. I am literally wasting your time. Actively and intentionally wasting your time. I'm sorry. Thank God for the back button, right? I don't know. But I'll get to be David, you know? when I went and saw the place, the property manager, it was a little funny. She was like, "You're the second woman I've met named David." I'm like, "Well, that's funny because I'm not a woman, actually. I am not a woman at all in any way." And she, you know, she wasn't rude about it. So there's that. She wasn't an asshole about it, and she did keep calling me David, even though she has access to my legal name, so that was nice. That's a yellow flag at the very least, not a red one. Maybe not totally green, but, you know. Because, yeah, that's totally great. And I do have new friends. I'm really trying to be like, yes, I have friends. These are friends. They are not going to leave me at the drop of a hat because I'm probably not going to go crazy the same exact way that I did last time. God, please do not be tempting fate right now. Oh my God. I don't want another breakdown. No, thank you. No, thank you. So they probably won't leave me, for being too fucked up and mentally ill, but, you know, we'll see. Not terrified. We're going to the zoo. This weekend, and I'm really excited about it. We're going with, like, a whole bunch of them. I'm actually taking my sibling with me, too. I paid for their ticket. I don't know if I'm... Because originally I was gonna buy them a ticket to a band they really like, the Crane Wives. I was gonna buy them a ticket to that, but then they couldn't get a ride to go, and I can't drive. I was gonna do that for their birthday. So I'll probably do something else for their actual birthday, but I guess this is a partial birthday present. Yeah, we're gonna go to the zoo and hang out with new friends, and I don't know how much to... I don't know. I don't want to say anything that fucking hurts anyone. Fuck it. There's a girl I like. I found out she's going to. I wasn't sure if she was gonna be coming, because she doesn't always come to things. So, I've been having a lot of fun with all of them. We have a Minecraft server we've been playing on. Oh. God, should I tell this through this video? This video is already so long and meander. God, there's like 50 million topics in this video. I can't believe I'm going to go on this tangent. I have a problem. For some reason, when I play Minecraft, I am filled with the unspeakable urge to just make chickens. I just have to make chickens. I don't know why. I don't know what's fucking wrong with me. But I actually, a long time ago with some friends, we had a server, and it wasn't like now they have like Minecraft Realms, so it's like, it's, you know, it's handled differently. It's not, you know, a smaller server. You know what I mean? I don't know enough about it, but like we had a server that was not that with some friends, and I made so many fucking chickens on this server that I literally broke the fucking server and we couldn't get on the server. And my friend had to, like, I think upgrade it to like something else, like, so we could go in and just kill chickens so we could actually fucking play the game. And so with the new friends, I'm like, yay, we have a Minecraft server. I promise I will not crash the server with chickens. I won't do it. Guess what I didn't crash it because it's thankfully bulky enough to fucking handle my fucking bullshit, but I have lagged it a bit in one specific area with just a cacophony of screaming chickens. I don't know why I'm like this. I also don't remember why I went on this tangent. I don't know why I'm like this. I have a problem. Hey guys, I think I'm autistic. Maybe. That's not a reason. I'm over clarifying everything. But this girl and I have also been watching Fruits Basket together, and so which Fruits Basket is one of my favorite anime of all time, and very, very important to me. That story is very, very fucking important to me. I'll probably make a video on it someday. I have plans to make other types of videos other than just bitching about my life. I really do have other plans. When I'll get to it, fuck if I know, you know? Like, I don't fucking know. We'll find out. If I keep doing this eventually, and also when I have more space to just do what I want, that should help with... that should help with things. So... But yeah, she's going to the zoo as well, so that'll be fun. I'm afraid... none of my friends know about my channel. My sibling knows, because they have to know, because they're very kind and, like, let me use... Because this is, like, the main room of the house, right? So they're very fucking kind in letting me, like, use this to... Because basically I'm like, I want to film today, so I have to, you know... I try to coordinate it so they can, you know, not be just locked out of the fucking main part of the house for the whole day, you know. They spend most of their time in their room anyway, because they prefer the quiet, so. But, yeah, I just... you know, none of my friends know about my channel, and I don't fucking know how to fucking... I'm terrified, and I know it's also this weird thing where it's like, now I'm talking about it, and now if I do show them the channel and they see this, it's gonna be really fucking awkward. Especially because I just admitted to having a crush on one of them, so that's unfortunate. So if I share the channel, this video gets privated, I guess, because I'm a coward. I'm a coward and a pussy, and I don't know. She's really cool, though. She's really fucking cool. She's a tattoo artist. Makes beautiful fucking tattoos. I saw some of her work, and it was really fucking good. So, there's that. But, man, I don't even know. Like, because I feel like... well, I feel like, one, none of them will be interested. Okay, nobody's home yet. I feel like nobody will be interested in any of this. Also, the videos are such a fucking time commitment. These are so fucking long. Nobody has goddamn time for this. Nobody has time for this. And then also, just, I don't know if it... I don't know if my channel makes sense. Does my channel make sense? Does this make sense? Am I doing this right? What am I doing? How do you YouTube? You know, I don't know. I have certain ideas for what I want this to be. And I am continuously working to make it what I want it to be. It's not fully what I want it to be yet, because I have not had a lot of time and space to do that. I don't know. I'm scared to share it with anyone. I'm scared that it won't make sense, or I don't know. I feel like this channel is such a personal part of me. It kind of feels like an extension of me in some ways. It doesn't feel like just a channel. This feels like my personhood. Like, I feel like this channel is my personhood, which is not entirely true, but it, you know, in real life, because I am a person outside of this. And tying your worth to what you do is always dangerous. Your worth should be intrinsic to who you are as a person, and intrinsic to just your nature and the fact that you're alive, you know. That's where your worth should be. And so I don't want to... It scares me. It scares me how much this channel means to me. It scares me how much of myself I feel like lives more in the channel than it does in real life. It's terrifying to hold yourself by a kite string, you know? And I don't know where it's going. I have ideas I'm working on, I have projects I'm working on. I have things I want this to be, and I have things I don't want it to be. And I would like to have friends who are interested in what I'm doing here. I would like to have friends who maybe asking them to be enthusiastic about this is asking a bit much, but I don't know. Right now the channel is me, but I do also want it to extend beyond me. It can be so valuable, priceless even, to be able to find a creator that you feel like sees you. To find a creator that you can share yourself with as a viewer, I think. I firmly believe that the relationship between me and you, the person watching, is a real and valuable relationship. I do believe that. It is a different type of relationship, of course. It is, you know, there are different boundaries that come with the relationship between a creator and you know, somebody who is enjoying the creations of that person. The parameters of the relationship look different, but I do believe it's a real relationship, and I do believe it is an important one, a valuable one. Some of the relationships that I have nurtured with myself as the viewer has been some of the most important relationships in my life. Some of the most fulfilling relationships in my life. And that statement, I think, causes a lot of buttholes to pucker a little bit, because I think we're a little bit afraid of... parasociality is a scary term. And being parasocial to the point where you lose grip of reality is a scary, you know, a thing that is kind of projected as the only form of a deep relationship here. But I don't think that's true. I think you can have an important and fulfilling and valuable relationship with a person, with a creator. But it just looks different. The reciprocation looks different. The boundaries are different. There's layers to it. It's complex. And I would like to make a more in-depth video on that some other day. Because I have a lot of opinions about it. I have a lot of thoughts about it. So, you know, all that to say is I would like this channel to be more than what it is someday. In terms of its value, you know, not necessarily its size. I don't ever want to can we max out at 4 digits at most? I don't get out of here. I don't want to deal with but not in terms of size, but in terms of impact, in terms of value of what I'm making, in terms of the value of what I am putting out there. So, and I'm worried about having friends who see it that way and who share in my craziness. So, at some point, I'll probably have to tell them. At some point, I'll have to tell them that there's a channel, and at some point, they'll probably ask to see something from it. And at some point, we will cross that bridge. But right now, I don't want that bridge. I think we can leave that bridge alone. I don't think I need to get to the other side of that bridge. I don't think I need to explore that fucking territory. Not yet, anyway. God, how long have I been fucking blabbing? Jiminy fucking Christmas. Too long. Too long. This video is too long. This video is too much. This video is... no. I should have stopped a long time ago. But it's the last one I get to film before summer. Oh, excuse me. Oh, we have a visitor. I guess. Yeah, it's time to wrap up anyway, because it's getting late, so, I don't fucking know. If you watched this, thank you. If you didn't, you're not here, so it doesn't matter. So, I'll be around in some way, shape, or form, even through the summer. Just, you know, I might have to get a little fucking creative. So, there's that. You know the drill. Take care of yourselves for me.